Good day sa inyo, no? So ako si Khelvin Sabangan and pag-uusapan natin ngayon paano nga ba maging santo. So base sa BBC News sa Europe, meron tayong 5 steps para maging santo. Una, mag-antay ka ng 5 taon ba pagkatapos mong mamatay o higit pa bago ka maimbestigahan kung santo. Pangalawa, kung nabuhay ka ba nagkaroon ka ba ng life as a servant of God, and pangatlo, kung meron ka bang proof of heroic virtue. At pang-apat, meron ka bang verified miracle? Tapos kung meron man, i-beatified. Tapos pang-lima, after mo ma-beatified, kung may miracle ka pa rin, maka-canonize ka. So, hindi ko na siya pag-uusapan ng mahigit ng malalim, pero bibigay ko na lang yung link down below. So ito, hindi naman ako nagmamagaling, pero paano nga ba maging santo? Version ko naman. So, una, do something. Dapat may gawin ka. Tapos make sure na it is good and not bad. Kasi minsan meron tayong pinaglalaban. Dapat may pinaglalaban tayo para may silbi tayo. And minsan hindi naman tama yung pinaglalaban natin. So make sure na tama yun. Pangalawa, be good, not bad. So in this life that we are called to be saints, being good is one characteristic of a saint that we should follow by tempering our minds to fight against evil. So, we should pursue the road to being a saint by eliminating all evil thoughts, all evil acts, and don't pursue things that will lead us to evil. So, three, give yourself to others. Be selfless. Kasi, yung puso natin, dapat inaalay din natin sa iba. And let them open our hearts and open theirs. So, we should seek for their goodness rather than the evil that binds them. So, by doing this, we let them open themselves and open our hearts so that we can have an understanding of each other. Kasi, we cultivate what is good in their nature, and we should help them unconditionally as Jesus taught us. And we should offer everything we do to the Lord. The Lord is generous. He gave His life for us to be saved, and in order to honor this act, I think that it is enough to it it is just right to do that. We should give our acts, what we are doing to the Lord. So, five, cultivate gratitude. So in this life is short for us His creations, but for us to be holy enough to be called saints, we should let ourselves pursue a journey of endless giving without the intention of receiving. So by doing this, we are being selfless, and by being selfless in this, we can pursue a greater length of being in His likeness. So pretty much self-explainable na. We are being selfless to be in His likeness, not for personal gains, ganun. Six, be humble. Kasi ang mga saints, mababait naman sila and hindi sila mayayabang. So, yun yung base sa aking pagkakaalam. Correct me if I'm wrong. Pero, kasi, pag humble ka, makapag-focus ka sa kung anong gusto mong gawin, and rather than sa mga nagawa mo na tas gusto mo pang ipagyabang. Parang redundant ka rin eh. No? So, seven, find your reason in Him. Um, a divine transcendent we call God should be the reason why we follow this journey. Not anything for our own sake. Kasi kung gusto mong maging santo, pero for personal gain naman, nagiging hypocrite ka. Hindi ka nagiging santo. 8. Project yourself as Jesus. Kasi, excuse me. So, kasi, dito, kapag ka tinanong mo yung sarili mo, what will Jesus do? Malalaman mo na, by doing this, you have a preconceived notion of being like Jesus is being that like Jesus is being embodied to us and will become our nature. Being like Him, we are being like saints. Kasi nga, we are called to be saints. And what should we do to be like a saint? And what is good and right? Just ask yourself, what will Jesus do? And it will answer your questions.